Hey everyone, welcome to the Geek Envy Podcast, episode 46. My name is Joey, and this is the only podcast in the world to feature my best friends.
I'm a best friend. I'm a best friend.
Go bestie. Go bestie.
We gotta get friendship necklaces now.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I changed my mind. But we also talk about geeky stuff and video games and music. So welcome to another exciting episode. I am here with two of your favorite podcast guests, or members, I should say. Courtney's here with us.
Yeah.
And back from a long hiatus is Eric.
I am back.
Oh.
I know. It's been
Almost
so
forgot your
long.
voice.
No, you haven't. You dreamt of
I
me.
feel like...
You dreamt of this soothing voice. Come on.
I did. You've called my bluff.
I feel like that's exactly the reaction the entire audience is having right now.
Yeah, right. No one. No one is having that reaction.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We missed you.
Aw.
We did.
We need you.
I know. I need myself sometimes. Sometimes.
Last episode we talked about our favorite video game soundtracks. It was intense. It was deep. It was romantic.
Oh boy.
What's your favorite video game soundtrack, Eric?
Bastion is the first thing that comes to mind. It's like one of
Okay.
those. I don't know. Just get into it.
That's cool. You know, I'm surprised we didn't get any hate emails.
What'd you guys even list?
Well, you gotta go back and listen to the episode.
I'm not doing it. I barely. No, okay.
It was your standard fare of, I don't know. We voted on it. It was reasonable stuff.
All right.
I hope it was reasonable.
It
It was completely unreasonable. Nobody will ever listen to our shit again.
Yeah, we might have. Yeah, most people probably just didn't message us. They just stopped listening. But today we're going to be doing something kind of fun because I think we're all in separate places on the East Coast, and we all represent our little section of Geek Envy. So we've got to talk a little bit about our knowledge of our areas and show it off. So put on your little Geek Envy Tourism Society polos. Yours are green, mine's black because I'm management, and that's just how it goes. We're going to be talking about our favorite places in our kind of Geek Envy locales. It's gonna be a little different because, I think if we represent our areas, I'd say I definitely represent the DC, Maryland, Virginia type area, and we all know Eric represents New York City.
Yes, sir.
Easy enough. And Core represents. She's kind of too close to my area.
Yeah. Well, technically, I was here first.
Oh.
But it's okay. You can have it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm closer to the general area.
You are. That's true. You really are.
So Core is going to be... But Core's the only one of us who's still... She's out of the crew, she's the only one who has been to Japan. So she's going to be our representative for abroad. She's going to tell us all about her favorite things from Japan. So we'll deal with that. And let's jump right into it. Who wants to start?
Well, I could take.
Who wants to be on? Yeah, who wants to be on the clock first?
Well, I'll be on clock first, but New York City in this list of kind of different things you were giving us. I can't narrow one single thing down. First of all, we have 5 boroughs. Well, 4. No one goes to Staten Island.
Oh man.
And the majority of things that I've done is mostly in Manhattan, and I'm definitely not going to give you areas by me because I want those to stay private. But there's everything for everyone's taste. I'm going to just give you what I prefer, and of course
that's right.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
And that's what we want to hear. We want to hear Eric's favorite. We want to hear what turns Eric on.
Well, what turns me on, at least in terms of restaurants, is I feel like this is such a cliche thing because we're talking about like Geek Envy and stuff, but ramen. There are amazing ramen places in the city. Two that come to mind are Ippudo, New York. It's in Union Square. Straight from Japan, as Japan you can get. Great pork buns. Super big. There's always a line to get in. If you like try to show up on say like a Friday at 6, you're gonna wait 3 hours before you sit down.
Dang.
But great food.
What is Union? Where's Union Square?
So Union Square is right above NoHo and like
NoHo.
Yeah, there's NoHo and Soho. Don't. Yes.
Southern Ho and Northern Ho.
Pretty much.
What does the Ho stand for?
North of Houston and south of Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Houston?
No, Houston.
You know.
Dude, if you say Houston in New York, you're gonna get punched.
That's fine.
But Union Square, and there's another place called Karakata. It's another ramen joint that's right by NYU. I went there with a friend recently after hanging out in this. It's right by like the college dorms. It's so fucking good. Like I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. But like super brothy, flavorful ramens. Like the noodles were nice and like firm. Great food.
I do like a firm noodle.
Yeah, because you could get like the soba, you could get like softer. I don't even know the list of ramen noodles. It's all good stuff. Do you want to shoot off like back and forth with restaurants, or do you guys want to do like go down the list for everyone?
Yeah, we can go back and forth. I think that would be fun. That would help mix it up. But just a question about your ramen shops. Do they have like unique bowls at each one that you get, or do you just kind of go with the normal like pork ramen?
I would never really venture off. I guess I'm not that adventurous when it comes to food. But once I find a thing in like a restaurant, I usually stick to it. But like I know you've got like the random like uzumakis and the different types of like ramens, but yeah, it's just like a pork and I like it spicy. So.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, since we're on that track, why don't we go to Japan?
Japan is such a change, but okay.
My favorite restaurants that I ate at while in Japan, particularly was Coco Curry, which is a chain, and there is actually some Coco Curries in the States.
Where?
I know there's some in California.
Oh my goodness.
I think there might be some on the East Coast. There might be one in New York, but I'm not 100% sure.
I feel like it sounds familiar, but I don't remember seeing one of these.
Yeah. But either way, it's really, really good. I sadly don't remember too many restaurant names, partially because I don't speak Japanese nor read it.
How dare you?
I know, the nerve of some people. Luckily, most restaurants in Japan had English menus or some sort of like broken English on their menu.
Nice.
If anything, you can just point to pictures and just hope for the best. And luckily, I'm not very picky with food, so I was never really upset with anything I ate there. The only thing I didn't like was sea urchin, which you can get here, but I figured, if I'm going to try sea urchin, I might as well try it in Japan, and it tasted like ass. So
ramen places seem very straightforward. What is Coco Curry? Is it just like plates of rice and curry?
Yeah, so it's really cool. At Coco Curry in particularly, you get the menu and you pick what meat you want, the type of curry you want, and the spice level. I typically did to the mid to high range. I tried to stick with mostly mid just so I could enjoy the flavor, though I do love spicy food.
Look at us spicy bitches.
I know,
Come on.
spicy.
We're 2 for 3.
Yeah. And you can pick if you want more than one type of meat as well, and then you get rice, and it's freaking delicious, and you can have cheese in it, and like other little garnishes and other vegetables that you might want to throw in there that might be not the typical potatoes and carrots. It's really good. I'm like drooling.
I know. Yeah. I feel like we need a trigger warning. If you're hungry,
well, it's
go
too
eat
late now.
first. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. That sounds amazing. I want one now.
Joey, there's a place where you can get close to it in Frederick.
Oh. Why have you not told me of this?
Because I assumed you know! Because you guys go around your area so much.
I'm supposed to know. Anyways. Yeah, I think all their locations are in California, which is super lame.
Darn them.
What about you, Joey? What is in the Frederick, Maryland area?
I am down for the spicy.
Ah, yes.
Hell
Just
yeah.
to complete the cycle. And so is Matt, so we're 4 for 4.
Yeah.
Although I have witnessed him over Sriracha, his foe, or pho, so there's that. But I'm going to try to stick local this time. I figured this is like a good part 1 episode. We might go to different areas at a different time. So I'm going to stick local to Frederick, which is where I live. And there's a pizza shop nearby that also sells pretzels. They're called Pretzel and Pizza Creation.
All right, I like where this is going.
Wait, is that where we went?
Yeah.
Wait. You took her before you took me?
I took her. I took both of them.
Oh.
It was a menage a trois. Pretzels and pizza.
Who am I to you guys?
Some dude in New York.
Some guy who doesn't come visit us.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got the world, but not you guys.
Yeah.
Aw, so only part of it.
Oh.
Aw. Hey, we would love to have you too.
Aw. Well, one day. You guys will be here in New York before I go down to Maryland, to be honest.
Yeah. One day soon. But yeah, it's I feel like they're mostly known for their pretzels, and then so they make really good pretzels, but then they use that pretzel dough for everything else. So you've got your standard pretzels, and then they use the pretzel dough for the pizza dough, and then they also have a pretzel focaccia bread that they make sandwiches out of, and then they have a pretzel dog, which is amazing.
This all sounds amazing. Do they switch it up? Can you do like a sourdough pretzel?
Mm.
Or are you only stuck to like your...
It sounds so good.
Yeah, you're killing me here, man.
This is just normal pretzels.
Ah.
So I think it's like everything kind of tastes the same, which is its only downside. So like all the bread kind of tastes like pretzels a little bit, just in different forms, different fluffiness, different texture, or whatever. But yeah, that's my like, if I just want some type of random bread food, that's where I go. And it's delicious. Also, we kind of covered. I mean, everyone kind of picked Asian food as theirs, except for me. And so my second favorite place right now is an Asian food place called Modern Asia that kind of does Thai food and Chinese food. And they also do smoothies with a jelly instead of a boba.
Yeah.
And I was more of a boba dude.
The jelly's weird.
Jelly is weird. I agree with you, Eric.
The jelly's legit.
No, it's like taking a spoonful of grape jelly and dumping it into like your boba tea. It doesn't work.
I understand.
No.
It took people a while to get used to boba. I feel like you just need some time to adjust.
I mean,
to the jelly.
Who doesn't like squishy softballs in their mouth? Come on.
I do enjoy squishy softballs.
Sounds delightful.
Also.
It is
but
delightful.
They don't even offer that, so I gotta go with the jelly.
Really? They only offer jelly? I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up on this. All right.
Yeah. That's okay.
So angry.
It's understandable. Well, we move on to. I think do we all drink coffee?
Yes.
There's not a day we can't go by.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all coffee snobs in any form?
No.
Yes.
You'll just like put anything in, like you'll take.
I will put anything in my mouth.
I was trying to avoid that.
Pause. I mean, we talked about soft, squishy balls, but okay.
Well, that's.
Okay, you'll take McDonald's tar.
Well, I will
Or
still try the
7-Eleven.
soft squishy balls.
No, how do we go back to the balls? I'm talking coffee.
Coffee.
Come on, Courtney.
Reset.
All right. coffee.
I'm disappearing. I'm actually genuinely embarrassed.
You know what? They have coffee with...
She got snapped into...
They have coffee and boba, too.
They do. They have iced coffee versions.
But yeah, Cor, you're not coffee picky.
No.
All right, fine. Let's go to Japan then.
For
Japan?
what?
How do we
talk about Courtney's favorite cafe. We'll preface this with she's not picky about the coffee.
No. And
so, but I think the experience sounds like it's gonna beat out whatever you're drinking anyway.
Yeah. So I didn't really go to any straight coffee like cafe. You know, well, I went to Starbucks, but I barely count that, I guess. But it is a cafe. So we went to the Gundam Cafe, which was really neat. The one in Akihabara.
Is this different than the big place with the dude out front?
So there is a cafe there as well, but it's...
but that's not in Akihabara.
That's not in Akihabara. That's in Diver City.
Gotcha.
The Akihabara one's a little bit bigger, and I felt like nicer. So yeah, that was really cool. It came with a coaster. When we went, Gundam UC came out, and I had a little coaster of Char on it, which is great because Char's like my favorite character. So, and you got to take the coaster.
Yeah. Are you allowed to? Or
yeah, like they're little souvenir coasters or whatever they call it, like character goods that you get for ordering certain items on the menu, which a lot of places do, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and then we also went to a maid cafe, which is pretty self-explanatory, I feel, because maid cafes are kind of coming over here, and they do stuff at cons now with maid cafes, I've noticed.
That's true.
So,
but for people who have who have never watched an anime before, please, can you tell us
what a maid cafe is?
What a maid cafe is?
So we went to Maid Dreamin, which is a chain, but there's other maid cafes. This is just a bigger known brand. But basically, you get put in a seat and you get assigned a maid who will serve you throughout your experience. She'll do cute little like dances, and she'll have like little sayings, and like
is
they
it,
each
Is it as cute as I think it is, like with the high pitched?
It's very cute.
Poses and everything.
It's super kawaii.
That's exactly the word I was looking for.
Wait, but is it cute, or does it feel like, you know how like you go into Hooters and you're like, this feels kind of raunchy and not like...
Well, I mean, they're in maid outfits. I don't think it's like
I know,
super
yeah,
short.
they're a little more...
So Joey, I get what you're saying, and I think after the initial novelty, it is a little tacky. I'm not going to deny that. Because, you know, you go to Japan and you have like these rose-tinted glasses because it's Japan for a lot of people. I mean, not everybody. But it is a little tacky, a little cheesy. But it's an experience that you really can't get anywhere in the States, especially normally. So you're kind of going there with an open mind, and the food was super cute. Maybe I can post pictures on the Geek Envy page at some point. But yeah, and she did little jingles like with the food. Like she'd bring out the food and start saying cute shit. And they,
awesome.
While we were there, they did like a little stage performance where they sang and danced on stage, which was also extremely adorable.
That is cool. They don't really do like stuff like that other than like kind of just like overly corny stuff in the US. Like they do like dinner theaters, and isn't there like a restaurant where they're just like where they will like yell at you and
What? Like restaurants here or restaurants in Japan?
Yeah, restaurants here.
What
Wait,
restaurant
do
do
you
they
mean, like,
yell at you? Because I want to go.
It's like self-abuse you pay for. Like
They exist. I'll have to Google it.
Yeah,
later.
Google it,
Don't wanna
Joey.
Google it now.
I think I know what you're talking about. I feel like there was some thing where you go and the restaurant is purposely rude. Like they insult you, they bring out your food and throw the plates down, and you pay
Move
for
over, Maid Dreamin. I found my number one spot.
It's totally lost me what it's called.
Well, at least we know how Joey likes to be treated.
That's true. That's how I like my food. I prefer places that just like don't talk to you ever. All right, Eric.
Yes.
Tell us about your favorite cafe in New York City.
Again, so many options, and I'm actually going to mention most of the places by my job, just because I get coffee before I go to work, or while I'm at work. I guess there's two places that I really love, and then one place that I've been wanting to go into for a while, but it's a few blocks away. So there's one place called Ground Central. Literally, it's like a play on words for Grand Central. It's ground, like grounds.
Oh, I see.
Really good place. Really good coffee. Kind of small. Can't really sit in there. There's another one called Penny Lane. Beatles, Penny Lane.
Yeah, these are all super cute names.
Okay.
I know, all super cute.
Super kawaii.
Yeah, super kawaii. But it's really good coffee. It's like around the block from my job. And the last one is actually, it's called Remi Flowers and Coffee, and I want to go in always, because what it is, it's a flower shop in which they also serve coffee, and you could sit down within the shop and be surrounded by like a whole bunch of like bouquets and other like arrangements that they create, and drink coffee.
I can't do that one.
Why not?
I would just be sneezing.
Well, I mean, it's
a bad mixture for me.
It's the aesthetic, right?
It does sound cute. It's very like
it's very cool.
Flower girl, Final Fantasy flower girl type vibe going on.
Arieth selling me coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, those are my kind of like three for New York. It's all in like Midtown East. There's a shit ton of coffee places throughout the city. Like I can't even list. I can't even keep an ongoing list of coffee.
So I'm gonna expose you.
Yeah.
What's your coffee drink? Are you a pour over man? Are you a espresso, Americano man, or a drip coffee?
What would your guesses, Courtney?
Of what you would.
Yeah,
what's
my daily?
What's his drink?
What's my daily
Espresso.
coffee? Like a single macchiato or like a doppio macchiato?
Yeah.
Okay, Joey.
I mean, I feel like you're someone who's efficient with his time, so I think you just go for a drip coffee because it's prepared.
Neither.
Oh.
I love my espresso, but I do love the kind of like drip coffee because it's easy and I can make it to my own like. I like an Americano, 3/4 of a cup with a bit of steamed milk on the top. So it's almost
Sounds
like
good.
a latte, but it's almost like a drip coffee too.
Look at this guy.
You guys just make me want coffee. Sounds so good.
But yeah, so that's my pretentious little feel on coffee there.
Pretentious.
Very much so.
Joey?
Let's move over, or move south. We've got some... I feel like the coffee game is strong in Frederick. We've got some competing companies. We've got a few downtown. We've got Dublin Roasters, which is a pretty unique place that used to roast the coffee for a different company that's currently my favorite. And then they went on their own. We've got Baltimore Coffee Company, which, I don't know, they set up a shop out here. I don't know why, because Baltimore's way the heck over there, but whatever. But my favorite is Frederick Coffee Company. It's in walking distance. And it's like, the place is super busy a lot, and it's not, it wouldn't naturally be my favorite because it's hard to get a seat in there, but it has really good outside seating. It has really good I like how they roast their coffee, and they have a lot of good varieties, and they change the variety every day. And even though they've got so many people walking in there in and out every day, they still kind of remember you. They don't really remember your name, but there's always like the same 10-ish group of people that rotate working there and they're all kind of like, hey, what's up, man? And
that's the easy one. They don't have to remember your name though. Hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
So it feels comfortable without like being too comfortable. Because I don't like it when like people know you too well.
Like once they start knowing your name and you start having a conversation, like, fuck, I gotta find a new coffee shop.
Then I gotta switch coffee.
It's like they know me too
or
well.
wear
already.
a mask.
You come in, they already have your drink. You're like, God fucking damn it.
Exactly.
Like, how do they know me?
So yeah, that's my favorite coffee, and I'm just a drip coffee person because I like it quick and easy.
Boo this man.
Boo. Damn, look at you bashing somebody for their coffee taste.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you like cheap drip stuff?
Cor, do you like Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
She said
Do
she'd
I
put
like-
anything.
Yeah, I like Dunkin' Donuts coffee, so judge me.
I hate Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I'm
Anyways, let's move on.
This motherfucker.
sorry.
All right, Courtney. I wanted to ask, did you have a favorite like bar in Japan?
No,
You didn't go to the Capcom bar? You didn't?
No, I had made plans to kind of go out to the bars this last trip, especially because we had kind of a couple people with us. But the night we were going to go out was Halloween, and it was really just kind of way too crazy to even make it over to where the bars were. So...
Well, now you gotta describe what Halloween's like in Japan.
Yeah, actually, that's very interesting. Please.
Well, we went to... oh gosh, where did we go to? Shinjuku. And I... just waves and crowds of people, and there's this awesome thing about Japan, at least Tokyo. There's open container, so you can drink and walk wherever. But this last year in Shibuya, or it was Shibuya, not Shinjuku, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. This last year in Shibuya was so bad that they will not be allowing open container on Halloween.
No.
Because there was property damage and all sorts of stuff.
Were people in costumes?
Yes, yeah, there was a lot of people in costumes. A lot of people not in costumes, but there was also a lot of tourists, like a lot of, Americans.
I'm interested. What kind of costumes? I know
some cosplays. Some people were in like maid outfits, or doctors and nurses, like typical Halloween outfits you'd see here too.
Okay.
Traditional Halloween gear.
Yeah, like goofy,
Dracula,
fun. Yes, yeah, goofy
witch.
and spooky, and then some cosplay.
And like a sexy cat.
Yeah, there were some sexy costumes out there, men and women. So yeah, it was really cool. I definitely am happy we did that. But that kind of again cut into the bar time, so never actually went to bars. And plus, by the end of every day, like, I wanted to go to the bars, but you're also, like, extremely exhausted with jet lag and everything, so it's just kind of like, do I want to go get a beer? Or I could just go get a beer from 7-Eleven and just drink it in the Airbnb.
Yes.
Did you get beer from a vending machine?
I did not see any beer vending machines, but I got beer from 7-Eleven a lot.
Hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You were able to get it, and it was from a 7-Eleven.
And it was
Done.
delicious.
Awesome. Eric, I know this is probably just as hard as your favorite cafe, but where should I drink next time I go to New York City?
All right, so I thought about this one because, again, it's the same issue of you're asking for bars in New York City. But this one in particular, I don't know how much you care for, like, speakeasies, but it's a place called Little Branch. And I don't know if it's this one in particular or there's another one, because I have a whole, in my knife and spoon drawer in the kitchen, I've got a whole bunch of matchboxes, or like the matches from these places, and they I already said they're speakeasy, but you literally there's nothing marked outside, and it's a door that has a bouncer in front of it, and this is in the West Village, and it only seats like 15 to 20 people at a time because it's so small, but you wait till there's space, the bouncer lets you in, and then you go downstairs into this very dimly lit area with like benches, and they have like a mixologist. I think some of these like terms are ridiculous, but
Not a bartender.
yeah, I'm not a bartender. A mixologist. No, they make like old fashions and kind of like old timey drinks in that speakeasy.
Makes you feel fancy.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the time. But no, it's really, it makes for a really cool experience that is not your typical like, go get a drink at a bar, or go to like a fancy like lounge in the city. But you just have to be prepared to either go like slightly when they open or wait in line.
Yeah, that's pretty intimate. 15-ish people.
15, 20. It might be a little bit more, I guess, because
Yeah.
the amount of benches, but it just feels so small because you're going downstairs into a basement.
That's wild. Do you have to use a password to get in?
No. It's there are places like that in this city that actually exist. No, I'm dead serious. There's places that exist with the telephone booth that you have to like go in and they let you in, or one of my good friends goes to this place that is a barber shop in the front and then a bar in the back.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, there's all these awesome
It
places.
sounds like a lot of bad decisions, though. Just like get kind
No,
of
that's why you get the
drunk and be
haircut
like, oh,
first.
Yeah.
You get
No,
the haircut first,
after.
and then you go in.
It's your truest want.
That's right.
I want a mohawk. Fuck my shit up, barber.
No. But while I'm on the topic of this, I don't know if the place is still there, but it's this place called La Esquina, the corner, and we went there. It's a taco shop, and there is a like unmarked door again with some dude standing in front of it, and then you go downstairs, you go through their kitchen, and then you end up into a club that is underneath the place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's neat.
That is cool.
So there's a lot of like cool places in the city that are like that, but also if you just want like get fucked up, there's like dive bars and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. So I thought I'd bring out some of those big guns.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Unloading it all.
Here in Frederick, I was thinking about places we haven't been drinking as much, and I think we
should.
We want to start trying out some more spots. But we took Courtney and Matt to Old Mother,
Which was delicious.
which is a little place downtown, Old Mother Brewing, that brews their own beer, and that place is pretty neat.
So it's like Old Mother pours you freaking vodka shots in old teacups.
It's got a cool vibe to it. It's got like, like kind of a I don't know what you'd call it, like gothish, slightly gothish, but still very like
modern,
like white suburban feel with the goth going on.
Yeah, there's some guys in loafers there, so there's that.
Boy.
Yeah, it reminds me of the like beer renaissance that's kind of going on in Raleigh, like that type of vibe. And it's cool. It does like cool community stuff. It has a good selection of beers. They do beer and yoga, I think on Saturdays, and you can bring food in since they don't sell food there. Or like they even have a place that a pizza place that delivers pizza to the bar, so you can order from there. And they just had a record fair too there, which I missed out on.
Oh, that sounds cool.
So it's cool. I might go back. Maybe take Matt this weekend because he's coming down. And then recently we realized that Flying Dog's brewery is here in Frederick. Have you guys had a Flying Dog beer before?
Yeah.
Are we talking about like flying? Is it Flying Bitch or Raging Bitch? Is that
No, it's flying. There's Flying Dogs too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think they do have a Raging Bitch.
Mm-hmm, they do.
Okay.
They're like the brand that looks like they have like designs all by what's that one crazy drug dude who wrote about sports?
What?
I'm never gonna remember his name. Yeah, their art is designed by Hunter S. Thompson, I think.
Ah.
But yeah, they have their brewery here, so they have a little bar area set up with a nice outdoor area, and then you can take tours of the brewery itself and get a lot of beer, like a good amount of beer on the brewery tour, and it's free, which is great. So that was a cool little place too. But yeah, I don't think we have any speakeasies, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for that. Maybe I just don't know the right people yet. Alright, before we get out of the range of food, does anybody have a favorite dessert place other than me?
What do you mean by dessert place? What are we talking?
Talking about sweets.
Well, I've got 2 bakeries.
Talking about
I'm literally
cookies and pies and cakes.
No, you don't understand. I have 2 New York Italian bakeries like a block away from me in 2 different directions. So I've gained like 10 pounds just looking at them on my way to and from work. I'm telling you, I get like the cheesecakes, I get the cannolis.
I love cannolis.
I know. That's the bad thing. I shouldn't love them as much as I do. But yes.
What about you? So yeah, what are the names of those places? Well, you might not remember them. That's fine.
I'm not telling.
You just
I'm
walk
not
by.
telling.
Oh right, they're in your hood. They're in your hood. You live in Staten Island, right?
Yeah, no.
What about you, Court? Did you try anything in Japan?
Nothing too crazy. Went to a Hello Kitty's cafe kind of thing and got like matcha ice cream with like a little Hello Kitty waffle.
Cute.
It was really good.
Kawaii.
It was really cute. It was really
Did you try
cute.
those? It's like that fish that's filled with stuff.
Oh, the takoyaki?
Yeah.
Yes. It was really good too. With the red bean paste.
Red bean paste.
I love
used to
red
not
bean.
like red bean paste.
I
Yeah, but
don't like
I
red
slowly
bean
got
paste.
into it.
It's really good.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's
you
delicious.
You could try all you want. It's so bad.
Like, I'm a fan of beans. You know, I
I like the
frijoles.
texture.
Okay, there's a difference between being a fan of beans and like rice versus beans between like a matcha paste and no. Just no.
A pastry inside a pastry.
No, you know what fucked me up?
It's hard to get used
No,
to.
listen. You know the those matcha like green tea ice cream with the gelatin skin?
The mochi?
Yeah, the mochis. Right? So I had those at a Japanese place, and you know I can't read Japanese, but I'm like, all right, they get the green outside, it's got to be awesome. So I had those. I was like, great, cool. So I go back the next day, and I think I'm eating the same thing, right? So I'm like, all right, fuck yeah, we're gonna get some mochi balls, and I eat them, but they had fucking red bean paste inside.
No.
It was the worst.
Okay, but you were expecting something else, so that's probably why you didn't
Switcheroo.
like it.
It doesn't matter. It still tastes like crap.
It
Pull the
doesn't.
switcheroo. You can't serve the same color dessert with a different filling. It's a rule.
It
It's
is.
just-
It
it's
is.
not
It is very
fair.
much. Thank you, Joey. It is. It
Not
is.
fair.
It was
Especially
like.
when you fill that with red bean paste.
It was like the worst betrayal ever.
Top 5 anime betrayals.
Of 2019, yes.
Alright, but going back to Maryland, my favorite dessert place is another place just down the street. It's called Cakes to Die For.
Oh, dang.
Mhm.
No pressure.
You're not dead
No
yet.
pressure
so
not to die.
Okay, so he doesn't love them that much.
He's still alive.
He's still here.
But yeah, I feel like we've got a little bit of a goth thing going on here in Frederick. With
Ooh.
some of the new shops.
I
But
like
yeah,
it.
Cakes to Die For is kind of a gothy themed type place that does your normal, sweets. It does a lot of blondies, different varieties like Heath ones and chocolate chip cookie dough, and
Do they make like a good black and white cookie?
I don't think they have a black and white cookie.
Really?
I know what you're talking about. A black and white cookie. That's pretty good.
Is the
but
difference hard or soft? Oh,
For
you
what?
took a pause.
No.
You took a pause. Never mind.
No black and white cookies. But yeah, they do like cakes and stuff, and they do have like I don't know, like they try to be a little spooky without like overdoing it. So I'll take that back. They do kind of overdo it. So their main delivery vehicle is a old hearse that they purchased, and then the back of the hearse, the passenger side window on the back of the hearse has like this zombie baby in the window.
What?
So yeah, a little creepy, but they always bring that out for first Saturday in the downtown area, and you can also go there to purchase your Ghosts of Frederick tour tickets, and that's where the tour starts. So
That sounds
pretty
awesome.
neat place. Yeah, we gotta do that tour sometime.
Please.
Courtney.
Yes. You tell me
Just
when.
send me a shirt or a shot glass.
Okay.
We'll do it. All right, let's move. We did our favorite eats and our favorite drinks in each of our places, and we don't have too much time left, so we'll just go through our favorite geeky shops.
Sounds good.
Why don't we go to New York City first?
All right, so I'm going to send two places because, like I said, there's just too much to do here. First is Book Off. I sent you to Book Off, actually, when you first visited New York.
I partook.
Yes, you did.
Of the Book Off.
So Book Off is actually, I think, I don't know if Courtney can actually confirm this or not, but Book Off was a big, or at least a big secondhand shop that originated in Japan.
There are a lot of them in Japan,
Yes.
actually. I went to several.
So I don't know where else they exist outside of New York. I want to say maybe in California, but it's essentially the same thing. So you have books, CDs, records, comics, video games, and then they have a whole section dedicated to like Japanese music, manga, art, and you could get stuff at pretty good prices. I feel like when Joey went and when I was going to Book Off, the prices were pretty good, but they've since kind of like gone up. I feel like they use eBay as a reference for a lot of the crap.
It happens.
But no, the super awesome shop to find like like very rare secondhand stuff. They even had like old anime that was like you could only find on DVD. And the other place is Toy Tokyo in the Lower East Side. So Toy Tokyo is exactly what it sounds like. It's everything from Figmas to statues to a lot of indie and designer art pieces, like those collectible figures.
Like the what's his name ones. I can never remember names of things. Don't ignore me.
All right, that was
Ignore
perfect.
me.
But it's super cool, super unique. They even have some like old collectors pieces. I think they had their 1970s or 80s Transformers like in original boxes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Is it like resale stuff too, or is it all like brand new?
I think they have a section dedicated to like old finds and resale, but they have like brand new stuff too. And they're not so much. I said they have like Figmas. They're not like your anime shop where you're just gonna buy like a bunch of pop figures and Figmas and like the Gundam kits, but they do have a small section of that, but they also have like unique art pieces, and it's just go to the website. I'm not going to do it justice by sitting here fumbling over my words of what's inside it.
Right. No, that sounds really cool.
Just be careful. They're a bit on the pricey side.
All that good stuff is.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well,
let's move. Let's fly to Japan now.
No, let's do Frederick.
You want to do Frederick first?
Out of order. Let's do it.
All right. I kind of wanted to do something. I knew like you all would have the better things to choose from, and I will say like, unless I don't know about it, Maryland's not that great with the geekiness and the geek products in some ways.
Well, I would almost say is that a product of geek culture being more mainstream now, right? Like you could find this stuff at you used to find it at Barnes and Noble and stuff like that, but I was gonna say like GameStop,
Yeah, maybe that could be it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's hard. I think it might be in some ways harder to have like such a unique shop in these areas too, whereas in New York, like you have enough people to partake in those shops.
Yeah.
So yeah, another geeky thing we geek out about is music. And what Frederick does have is really good record community, vinyl records. So we have like 3 or 4 places downtown that sell records, and there's 2 that I do enjoy that I'll shout out. They're both in basements on Patrick Street in the downtown area, and they've probably both been flooded because the streets flood here. But they have their records on tables, so you don't have to worry about that. But one of them's a little pricey, owned by this older man who kind of collects the older classics, but they are a little more pricey. And then the other one is run by a guy that's probably like 5 years older than me, and he's pretty neat. He's very talkative, so it doesn't really ever seem like he's talking to you necessarily, but he's definitely talking. But he'll tell you about like all the things he's been buying and all the cassettes he's been purchasing and what's making money musically and what isn't while you're browsing for records. So that's kind of a unique place to go to, and he has pretty good prices. But my favorite place is the Record Exchange here in Frederick, which is not in the basement, and they get a lot of good stuff in. They have a lot of vinyl, of course, that's kind of their main thing, but they also do get video games, video game consoles, DVDs, and I like them a lot because they do use their Instagram. So I feel like these shops, for any of these places, using their Instagram accounts in a like way that gets you into the shop is always really a positive thing. So they use that really well. They always, if they buy a nice batch of used records, they'll put it on Instagram right away, and then I can literally just walk down the street and pick it up if I see something I like.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
That's me.
Come to my city and buy records.
There was one place I used to get records from in Williamsburg. Was called Earwax. I wonder if they're still there.
Williamsburg.
Brooklyn.
No.
Probably still there.
Sleep till Brooklyn.
Yeah, but yeah, I need to go check them out again.
Awesome. But yeah, Cora, let's go to you now. Close us out.
Yeah. I literally didn't do any shopping in Japan.
No.
Just kidding. Yeah, so one of the places, it's a chain, but I had only gone to 2 locations, one in Akihabara and there was one in Osaka outside of Denden town. It's called the Yodobashi Camera, which is like a multiple story, like, department store of sorts. There's a lot of like high-tech fans and like just washing machine, like there's like basic home goods, but then there's also stationery, and there was figures and video games, and like it's just everything in one giant store. So if you're like, oh no, I forgot to get souvenirs for this person, and money, because it is a little pricey compared to like other places you could potentially go, but it's still like everything in one area.
That sounds awesome.
It's
you said
really
multiple floors.
Yeah, every floor was dedicated to a different department.
Is this the one featured in like Digimon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is Yodobashi Camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
It is really cool. Definitely went to the one in Akihabara multiple times, and the Osaka one was really cool too. And then there are a couple locations, but I feel like the Kotobukiya stores throughout Japan were always really nice. I just thought the layouts were really pretty, and like just the aesthetic of a Kotobukiya store is pleasing. It's just kind of very modern and sleek and very clean compared to some of the other stores. And not that the other stores are ever gross. I don't know. They just they know how to lay out their store to make it appealing. So I say Kotobukiya, and they have good products. At least any product I've bought from Kotobukiya has been nice. So that's good. And then
I feel you, because some some hobby shops like get dusty real quick.
Yeah, and they seem to stay on top of it at Cotopaxi, or at least they make it seem like they are. But my favorite store, my absolute favorite, is Mandarake, which is a secondhand shop. There's multiple Mandarake locations. I know there's one in Akihabara, and there's another one in Nihonbashi, I think.
Sure,
yeah,
we believe you.
Yeah, sure.
Really
I can't think of the name of the place right now. Actually, I can figure it out. But it's basically secondhand. You go there, you sell your nerdy stuff. Oh, Nakano Broadway.
Nakano
Broadway.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's other locations, but it's really neat because they have a lot of vintage, geeky goods, nerdy goods, but they also have some modern stuff too. It's just whatever people bring in. But they also take in secondhand CDs, fan comics, regular manga, pillows, all sorts of good stuff. And it seems like as long as the goods that you bring them are in good condition, they'll take it. And they are really fair in their pricing. Some stuff is expensive, but I think that really is just if it's harder to find good. But I definitely know I spent a lot of money there. And you can price compare, too, with everything being so close. And you can just be like, oh, I saw this figure, but I can get it at Mandarake secondhand for, 50% less. I might as well get it there. And the cool thing about a lot of the secondhand places, because Mandarake is not the only one, is they'll have, like, a grade of, like, what the item is in. Like, A grade, it means it's, like, pristine. Or B or C.
Quality.
So, like, you kind of know what you're getting in, and there might be a little note that's like, oh, there's a mark on the left leg of this character, or, there might be a small blemish somewhere. But, at least then you're like, okay, that's fine. Like, I'm still willing to pay $15 for this dream statue I've always wanted, even though there's a small mark on her leg. So, I don't know. It's definitely really fun, especially if you're willing to stay there for a couple hours and just kind of, find stuff, do some digging.
The place sounds awesome.
It's amazing.
I think I'd be overwhelmed.
You can actually buy stuff online through Mandarake as well.
Do they ship international?
Mm-hmm. They do.
Ooh. You're going to have to send me a link.
I'm going to have to type that into my browser right now.
No, let her send us the link.
I can figure it out, yeah. So yeah, those are my favorite places.
Awesome. And then I think what's cool is that even though we're all in, well, it still counts a little bit. We all have Uniqlo in our general areas. And Uniqlo is awesome. You should definitely shop there, Eric. You can get Gundam shirts.
Yeah, but it's like disposable clothing, man. It's like $5 for a shirt that's gonna fall apart.
No, these are quality shirts. I thought that too. I was like, oh god, this shirt's $7. But this is a good quality shirt. Could you back me up on that?
Yeah, I think they're good quality. I do. Mine have held up really nice, and the material feels really good.
They're thick. They're not
thick.
Thin, see-through.
Thick.
Right.
Yes. THICC thick?
Yeah, they are.
Regular thick.
They make me look thick.
ICC.
Thick. All right, I'll take a look at some of their stuff. I mean, I've seen it so many times in the past, but I've
Get some Gundam shirts.
Oh my god.
Get 'em, boy.
Wait, who said the Kingdom Hearts text today?
That was not me.
Yeah.
That was from yesterday.
I thought that was today.
No, that was yesterday.
You've lost all concept of time, Eric.
I have. I don't even know what day it is.
All right, well, we did it. We put on our Geek Envy tourist shirts and we shilled for our locales.
Yeah.
There's just too much in my locale. I'm only giving you small tidbits.
I know, just little bites here and there, but I'm gonna check out these places. I'm putting them on my list for October.
Good.
When we're there, we're going to go to Karakata and Remi Flowers and Coffee. I'll take my allergy pill. And Toy Tokyo. I bet everyone would love that. You guys want to talk about anything else?
No, I'm on this Madarake site. I'm already hit the
Already
dojins.
shopped.
I know. I'm already looking at the hentai right now.
Yeah, oh shit. Why are you looking at my browser?
I can hack.
We'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about our purchases from Mandorake. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube, and online at geekenvy.podbean.com. We're on Instagram and Twitter at geekenvy, so give us a follow there, and tweet or Instagram us, DM us.
Slide into those DMs.
And if you've got comments, suggestions, questions, concerns, feel free to email us at askgeekenvy@gmail.com. We'll see you next time here on the Geek Envy Podcast. Say bye, everyone.
See you later, alligators.